What's up, Jeremy? How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good, man. Thanks for stopping by the booth.
Of course, yeah.
What Comic-Con is this for you? How many Comic-Cons have you been to?
Oh my gosh. Specifically for San Diego, this is my 5th, I think. So, you know, I'm kind of a veteran by this point. I kind of know exactly what I'm doing, and I don't really have to ever prepare anything for it because generally what I do is just kind of wing it anyway. There's nothing I really have to like memorize. It's kind of
like on the panels. And
yeah,
stuff?
no,
like,
yeah.
Have you ever been like stumped or surprised that they're showing something or that you weren't aware of or anything?
Not really. I mean, I guess like with the recording schedule and stuff too. Like we record so far in advance to when stuff is airing. I generally just have to like be careful not to just mention something that's happened and then be like, oh, that hasn't aired yet. Like, I'm sorry. And they usually, it's basically like you can tease whatever, just can't like outright say stuff, and so.
Those are like the most. Whenever I've gone to like a panel of like a cartoon,
yeah,
that's the most fun I ever have because you guys just have so much fun with each other.
It's super laid back. It's just kind of like whatever, and it's on the spot stuff. Yeah, it's fun.
What's like the weirdest question someone in the audience has asked you? I know you must have one.
I've had some weird ones. I think the one that sticks out the most. I had a guy one time. He's like college age guy, and he asked me. He's like, "What's the greatest flatulation you've ever had, and could you describe it?" So that was a little weird. And I was
you
like,
did describe it, right?
Nope.
No.
No, I was like, no.
You want to describe it for us or no?
No.
Fair enough. Fair question. So your band, you know.
Yes, Make Out Monday.
Make Out Monday.
Yes, sir.
It's really good music. Now, wondering like, what do you have to do? Because you're like the co-lead singer, right?
Yeah. We actually out of the 5 of the guys in the band, so I sing and play bass. Brother Zach sings and does keyboards. Best friend Logan sings and does rhythm guitar, and then we have a lead guitar player and a drummer. So that's what I do.
So, are there any things you do to prep for singing versus the voice acting? Do you have to be prepared? Are you ever worried that you might blow out your voice during a concert or anything?
I think I'm not usually super worried about that. It's always like in the back of your head, like, oh, I hope my voice isn't like totally dead when I have to sing tonight. But over the years of doing voiceover, doing just acting, and then doing music and stuff over the years, I've kind of been able to gauge what I need to do to kind of make sure my voice is warmed up before I go on. We usually do like vocal warm-ups before we go on, which is really good. And then drink a lot of water, some tea with like lemon ginger tea with like honey in it is really good. And then, you know, just try not to scream too much like the day before, and you're usually okay.
So there's never been a time when you hit the stage or going into the booth and you're like, oh man, my voice?
Not usually. Usually, like, especially like, I guess I could say I'm good at screaming. I don't know. It doesn't usually kill my voice too much. The only times where my voice like has really been like just completely blown out is when I have to do like an Adventure Time like video game, because for an episode like there's just all the other cast members and I have a very finite amount of things I have to do in that episode. For a video game though, it's like by myself, and it's just like 5,000 different types of death sounds and screams and charging sounds and attacking noises and stuff, so it really gets you.
How long does that usually take you in the studio?
It depends on the game. Most of those records are just like, I don't know, hour or two. I just finished up recording a really big Adventure Time game. I had like over 1,700 lines of dialogue in it. So that took like 3-4 hour sessions to get that one done.
Is it like an hour of you just going,
Yeah, it's just like, ha, 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 and like all the different like, okay, we did like a small death, medium death, big death. Like,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
So like, at what time in Adventure Time's like existence did the toys start coming out? Like, do you remember? As I'm trying to remember.
I think, because I remember the first time we came to Comic-Con, it had just started airing for like, it had been on for like 2 or 3 months, something like that. And so I don't think we had merch that time. I don't think so. It was huge. Like, it was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect the show until you really go to a fan event or something the first time, especially for animation. It's just like, oh crap, that's huge. I think it was the next year, that's when you really started seeing stuff just like, you had like all the fin hats, all like the action figures started rolling out.
Did you ever imagine like this cartoon you're in like becomes a real tangible thing, like a costume or a toy?
Yeah, I guess you never, for me, like, I never expect anything to be massive. Like, I mean, you always hope that things are successful because you want them to be. The things you work on, you put a lot into them. But I never like expect that something's going to become as big as Adventure Time has become. And so I guess it's kind of a funny thing. You kind of realize like, oh, I am now a McDonald's toy, like, or like they did like Adventure Time Monopoly and all that stuff, and you're like, wow, okay, like this is it's a big thing. Like,
so you just set like free Monopoly games? You're just like,
I did get like 1 or 2 free Monopoly boards. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I always, whenever I play the Adventure Time Monopoly, I always have to play as Finn.
Do you?
For sure.
Are your friends like, dude?
No, it's me. It's me. It's understood.